Hello, my name is Chris Palmer, and in this video, the biggest secret that I learned this year. I want to walk you through a process, something that I discovered over the course of time when implementing certain techniques. I've came to a conclusion. So I want to walk you through a particular process that we've been implementing, and we've seen insanity as far as results. And stick with me, and you're going to have the aha moment by the time the video is over. So stick with me. I want to give you the biggest secret that I learned this year. So stick with me here. So one of the things that I learned this year is matching the SERP, right? When we're building out our web pages, when we're building out our pages, we need to meet the criteria step by step. And stick with me, you're gonna have the biggest aha moment by the end of it, something that I had the same aha moment. So stick with me. When we're building out our pages, we're building them to the SERP. What I mean by that is we're building them to what is already being rewarded by Google. Same word count, same amount of pictures, everything is the same, okay? Now, sometimes you can't do this, but as far as the on-page is the same. Now, stick with me. So when we build out our pages, the next step of it is we have our on-page. So let me do it this way. Our on-page is the same, and bear with me because you're going to have a major epiphany, okay? So on-page, we're matching the SERP. That's what all these tools do. Your page optimizers, your surfers, your cores, you're matching what is already being rewarded, right? This has been a revelation for the SEO industry. Has it not? So that's the first one. We've learned that if we can do this, wow, this is great. But let's talk about something, and stick with me, please, because I'm going to give you something that's going to change everything for you. The next one is, and this has been going on forever, matching the backlinks that our competition has. Multi-million-dollar companies have been built on this. Moz, Ahrefs, SEMrush, right? What are we doing? We're looking at the off-page SEO work that has been done by who? Our competition. We know that this has already been rewarded by Google. So we're utilizing these tools for our off-page SEO strategy. And now the next one is I'm gonna lead you to what I learned this year, okay? Something rather new. But this is the off-page. We're matching what is already being rewarded by Google. So these two here have been done by SEOs, at least for the 10 years that I've been doing SEO. This has been the magic potion forever, right? But now when we come into the end of 2020, 2021, actually I've been doing it for quite some time now, just been public with it, we start looking at, okay, how about user-generated signals? Because we start looking at the top performing pages, and this was ongoing, and I think that this is hysterical. When we're looking at the top ranking pages, yes, they have quality content. Yes, they have set the quota for what the on-page, what everybody else is trying to match, right? They have set it. This is what Google is rewarding. The on-page, they're collecting all the links because it's the top page for a particular search query, so everybody's going out and building those links. Makes sense, right? They stay at the top though. Why? Because they're getting the clicks and they're getting the traffic from multiple different keywords that's coming in. So the next step, and stick with me, I haven't even given you the magical potion yet, or however you want to look at it, the secret, whatever you want to call it, okay? The word secret gets the click. That's why I used it, right? But the information that I want to give you is going to be, stick with me, please. The last thing is this. If we're matching the on-page for good results, if we're matching the off-page for good results, why aren't we matching the traffic from the keywords to get results? A page is ranking for more than one reason. It's getting traffic from more than one keyword. It probably ranks for thousands of words. In local queries and in smaller queries, it only ranks for a couple, right? So why, if I was sending in traffic or trying to manipulate traffic, why wouldn't I be trying to look and determine the types of traffic that is coming in? So that is actually the next step, and I didn't even give you the tip yet. So this is, matching user signals, okay? We're going to call it user signals. We're not talking about social signals, that BS that the guys sell, retweets and all that. That's completely not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about user-generated signals. sending in traffic from particular keywords that the top ranking pages are already receiving traffic from, right? And ending up landing on my page, the better answer. So we have our user signals and we want to match the same thing. So when I'm figuring out my on page, now let's think of this from an analytical standpoint. When I'm matching the on page, I'm going through step by step. Okay, how many words? How many photos? All right, what's the densities? What's the partial matches? Okay, what's secondary keywords, right? You're going down the list. Off page. Okay, how many backlinks? Okay, how many of them are top level backlinks? Okay, which ones are the highest quality backlinks? Okay, which ones can I get for the best price, right? You're going through your list. The next step of it, and now I'm going to give you some tips. When I go to the next section, it's going to be the epiphany moment. So for user signals, it needs to be the same way. I'm going to the top ranking page for whatever keyword in a particular industry. I'm pulling in that particular page to see which keywords they're also getting the traffic for. Okay, now I'm making a list. Okay, he's receiving 200 clicks from this particular keyword. He gets 50 from this, and 9 from this, and 8 from this. Now, take that down and make a 5%. 5% of each number from each keyword. That's what I need to send to my site to send the signal to Google that, hey, this site is relatively positive. Why? Because I'm getting the same signals. I'm receiving traffic from the same keywords that the top performing site is, just like the on page and just like the off page. But it's one more signal that's important. User generated signals is a ranking factor. I don't care what anybody says. And now I'm going to prove it. Stick with me. Now let's go down here. Now let me prove it to you. And I want you to go out and try this because this is something that I've been seeing over and over and over and over and over and over. And I haven't been able to put my finger on it, but I finally have, and I'm going to share it with you. So here we go. Let's go over here. Here is the pivotal moment that will certainly help you out. I want you to think about this. I'm going to give 2 scenarios. When you build out a page, but it's not to spec, okay? What I mean by to spec is the on page does not match what Google is already rewarding. I build a service page when it should be a blog. I build a location page when it should be a state page. I build a category when it should be a blog post, right? That's fitting the spec. Not only that, the SERP is calling for 1,000 words. I only wrote 200. The SERP is calling for 2,000. I only wrote 1,000. Okay, I'm matching the SERP. That's on page. Now, with the backlinks, maybe the backlinks, I didn't build them all out. I built a quarter of them. I built half of them. And I want you to think about this. Now, if I launch a page that matches to spec for on page, think about this. This will give you the moment. When you first launch the page, give me my freaking pen back. I love this tool though. It's excellent. I love it for talking. Active pen. Go down here. Give me 1 second here. So when I launch a page, all right, bear with me. Now I've matched the on page. Did you ever notice this? All right, if I've matched both of these elements, this is the on page, this is on. Okay, just so we're on the same page. This is off. And then the real one that really matters is user. Okay? If you're a white hat, you could call this rank brain, right? User signals. Okay? Algorithm crunching from user-generated signals. Is this actually popular? So when I launch a page and my on page is on point, what happens? I go to sometimes number 15, sometimes I go to number 9, but Google will test you here. Let's say they test you at 8 and you'll see it'll pop up. You'll be sitting on number 8 for maybe just a couple hours, 10 hours, sometimes a whole day. That's if your on page is right. Now, sometimes if you have on page and off page on point. One moment, buddy. I'm almost done. You go ahead and do that. Okay? I'm just teaching. I'm not mad. I'm just teaching, buddy. So on page, off page. Now, I think about this. When you first launch a page, they're testing you, right? And this is the pivotal moment. This is the information that I want to give you. If I match the SERP and I don't have any of the off-page signals, right? If I match the SERP with on-page, they'll test me at like number 8, sometimes number 5. In competitive niches, you'll go to page 2, like number 17 or 15, right? But if you build some backlinks beforehand, or you have a better page setup, like say your overall authority of your website is more powerful, you'll notice that you'll boom, jump rank, and then you'll sit there for longer. Am I wrong? Now, let me tell you the secret that I learned. If I build out the page, the on page to spec, and what I mean by that, just like we talked about, everything is matching the SERP and what Google is looking for, actually a little bit over, a little bit higher densities, maybe a few more images, maybe, right? My overall authority of my site, it doesn't have to match the SERP, but it has to at least have some of the powerful links that the top performing pages have. Now, the magic happens here, and here's the secret. During this testing time, here's what I found, and I'm excited to share it with you. During that testing time, those few hours, right, where Google is testing your page in the SERP, what's it looking for? What's it looking for? It's looking for a user-generated signal to determine if you should be inside of rank or you should be competing. But when you launch a brand new page and no signals come in, and signals don't only have to be to that page, signals could be also coming to the website. Because if you have a popular website, maybe you're getting clicks over, but your website is getting traffic. It's getting clicks. It's getting found in the SERP. So the pivotal moment, the pivotal secret that I want to give you is during that testing time. Yes. Excuse me. I have 1 minute left and I'm shutting this off. 1 minute, sweetie, and I'm shutting this off, okay? I love you and give me 1 minute. The secret is this, all right? I gotta go. During that testing time is the most important time to start sending in your user signals. And it doesn't matter what you're using. It doesn't matter. If you can start sending in the clicks, if you can start sending in the traffic, more powerful if you can send them to that page, right? But don't just send them over. Don't just search for the actual keyword and go to the page. You need to already have your list. What do you need a list of, Chris? Let me break it down because I get these questions. The user signals list. What other keywords are they bringing in and receiving traffic from? Right? So if I complete the on page, I complete the off page here. I complete the off page. Next is once I have my list, when I start sending in that traffic during the testing state, when I'm up in that top position, the traffic I start sending in is the other keywords just like the main ranker is receiving. If I start sending in the traffic that the main ranking is receiving from those particular keywords from authority sites or wherever the heck they're doing it, right, wherever it's coming from and for whatever keywords, if I start sending in those signals during the testing phase, I stay at the top of the ranking. That's the secret. And it was a pleasure to give it to you. It's been a lot of fun. It's been a lot of fun. And the reason I'm so excited, I mean, it has been over and over and over and over again. Time and time again, it's been showing me this is how it works. This is what's going on. If I match the on page, if I have some of the links that my competition has, and then at the pivotal moment when they're testing my site, if I can send in the user signals during that time frame, usually it's about a day, 12 hours. You'll stay there almost for a whole day. Have you seen this before? If you haven't, then maybe you're not watching your rankings. But during that pivotal moment, if you take care of the user signals, when you're analyzing your competition, it's not just about on-page and off-page, but where is that page getting traffic from? What other keywords is it coming in from? What other sites is it getting traffic from? During the testing phase, if I can even put in a percentage of what the leading competition is receiving as far as user signals, if I can just match a fraction, when I launch my page and I'm in that position, I'll stay there for longer because Google will test me longer. It's the secret. Biggest secret that I learned this year. It's been an absolute pleasure. My name is Chris Palmer. If you have any other questions related to SEO, anything, it doesn't matter. SEO, digital marketing, Facebook ads, PPC, anything. Black hat, gray hat, hacking, it doesn't matter. You have a question, send it to me.